Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. When last we left off, we managed to get the password to get into Durgan's battery. We did this by briefly awakening the soul within Terna. That soul was of a very aggressive and angry dwarf that fell in the defense of Durgan's battery. We were able to persuade them that we were loyal to Durgan's battery for long enough that we could get the password. And because we'd mollified the soul, it gave us an opportunity to push Zenovi's soul back down, letting Terna take control again. Terna was none the wiser, which I'm glad for. Now it is night, and this is our opportunity to go into the fishery and see if Galvino was telling the truth about the vice of the head fisherman. I'll just pop in here. Hopefully we won't have to fight anyone. I don't think we'd lose, but I don't want to have to battle people who work in Stalwart Village. So if we look around, a number of things here. There's also this. This might be what we're looking for. Let's have a look inside. Ada's bracelet. This bracelet is comprised of many small interwoven beads and is held together by a fine silver clasp. Together the beads form a stylized image of mountain peaks. You reach into the barrel and find a bracelet. A thick aura of essence clings to it, fresh with memory. You'll feel yourself drawn into it. Uh-oh. In the memory, you stride into the fishery. The floors are swept clean, but the wood is still splotched with snowmelt and fish guts. A man hunkers in the corner, his head nodding forward as if in sleep. He looks up drowsily as you approach. It's Grynde. His face is youthful but sallow, and his hair hangs in stringy locks. You feel a pang of anger and pity at your brother's debauchery. She knew about what he was doing.
Arda.
His voice is little more than a croak.
It's past midnight.
Your throat feels tight. Grynde wipes at his nose and then examines the mingled blood and powder on the back of his hand. He shrugs. Your fingers clench around coarse, thick fabric, your father's best wool cloak, tucked under your arm.
Go! To raid Ceres, or Defiance Bay, or fucking Air Glonfoth, I don't care!
You hurl it at the ingrate huddled on the floor. He picks up the cloak and looks at it with the same sort of dull wonder. He wipes his nose on the lining. A sudden rush of fury leaves your limbs weak and raw.
I'll tell them. Mayor Sina healed. The neighbors. Everyone.
You force the words through your teeth.
About what?
He mumbles, churning his words into a morass of snot and saliva.
The stealing. You think I haven't noticed the money missing from the fishery coffers? Or heard Tana talk about losing a golden duke?
You whisper, afraid even now that someone will overhear you, and the words scorch your throat.
You can't be found when there's work to do, but every time those merchant wagons roll into town, you've got coin enough for a few bags of ripple sponge.
He was stealing from everyone to pay for his habit.
No, it's not.
Grynde blinks back at you. He rubs his red-rimmed eyes. Your own grow warm and blurry.
Stalwart tolerates your sponge habit, but they won't abide your thieving.
You touch your bracelet, a gift from Mother, plucking at the beads.
You won't.
He rises, steadier on his feet than you would have thought.
I will.
You stride toward him. You should not have got close to him. I wouldn't have shamed Mother and Father while they were living, but I won't let this keep up. Your anger swallows the last of your pity. Anger at him for putting you in this position, for doubting your resolve, for failing to see. You're close enough to smell his stale, sour breath when he pushes you. You fall, watching his widening eyes and the ceiling spinning into your vision. Isn't this just like him? Grynde with his fool tantrums, never thinking of anybody but himself, and now you're going to be nursing a headache for a week. Just goes to show you can't help some people. but you remember him too, your baby brother running through the snow, slipping, falling on the ice, and you're slipping, falling, and there's a table behind you, but it shouldn't. The memory ends abruptly, jolting you back into the present, with your heart hammering and your palms sweating. He didn't mean to kill her, but he did kill her. Ah. The fishery door creaks open, and in walks Grynde, staring at you, and the bracelet, in surprise and outrage. His face drains of colour.
You take shelter in our village and then ransack it like a common thief? You'd better explain yourself.
His voice shakes, as do his wide, squared shoulders. Galvino told me you were a ripple sponge addict. Seems you're much more than that.
Any who put stock in the ravings of that bitter old fool deserve all the trouble they get.
His face flushes crimson. He raises his voice, half turning to the guard with him. You killed your sister, Ada, right here in this room. He opens his mouth to reply, but the words catch in his throat. The guard next to him stares at the bracelet, recognition turning to horror.
It was an accident. I was a failure and a wretch then. But I never would have killed anyone. Least of all my own kin.
He turns his gaze down, offering his apology to his own clenched fists. I'm gonna let him speak.
I gave her body to the lake, but I kept her bracelet to remember the cost of my own weakness.
He loosens his hands and stares at the emptiness in his leathery palms.
I ain't asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve any. My penance is my work on behalf of the village. And they need it, truly. You've seen the shape this place is in. Have mercy on Stalwart, if not on me. Let me do the work Arda would have done. That's my debt to Stalwart, and the only fitting way to honor my sister.
He looks up at you, his eyes bright and clear. There's only one outcome that Lirim will be happy with here. And that's him telling the truth. That's not for you to decide. You owe it to Ada, and to Stalwart, to tell the truth about her death.
Kept thinking I could get by this way. But I guess you're right. It's time they knew the truth about me.
He turns to leave, looking back at the fishery one last time. Now we must return to Galvino. And that is exactly what we will do. So Galvino was right. He was a ripple sponge addict. Perhaps still is. And he did worse.
I'd be glad to.
It was an accident. He killed his sister. Now he's going to confess the truth.
Feels like it's hardly worth putting the huts back up.
Better than standing out here shivering.
That is true. Now he'll tell the truth, and whatever punishment is coming his way will be what he gets. 8 hours, we will go say hi to Galvino, who hopefully hasn't created more things for us to fight. And then I might think about dealing with that encounter, that bounty that I couldn't do before. I am heading the wrong way to do that. I'm heading the wrong way. It is now day. Oh yes, I said I was going to go do stuff with the Devil of... I should do that. But first, let's get our reward here from Galvino. It might be money, it might be an item, it might be both. But what it definitely will be is experience. So, down we go. If we can get there, we have to click again. You just see Lirin vibrating there to the left and right slowly. Okay, we want to go all the way to here. I imagine you haven't moved from that spot. This is when we get ambushed by 17 golems. At least with this open, we have a relatively quick route to Galvino. And there you are.
I'm here.
Hello.
The devil has not scorched you yet, eh? Perfetto.
I have news about Grynde.
Yes? Does the sniveling cur hide in his home? Or has he been exiled to a place even more frigid and foul?
He claps his hands together in excitement. I learned that he murdered his sister.
Diverus! The man is even more of a wretch than I thought!
His face glows with macabre delight.
What of him now? Surely the villagers string him up with his own fishing line.
He's leaving town with his tail tucked between his legs.
Perfetto! Oh, I only wish I could have seen it.
His broad smile exposes rows of yellowing teeth.
I will open a good wine tonight. As for you, take this.
2 potions of major endurance. We also got quite a bit of experience. That puts us even closer to getting to level 13. Taxes have been collected.
I'm here.
We only lost 104. We earned 753. Marvelous. Need to do that so that that is there. And now we will head back to Starwater Village and get the Devil of Caroc in our party. And see just what they wanted to do amongst the villagers of Starwater Village, because it's clear they have their own motives for wanting to join us, aside from, oh, I can totally help. As soon as we said, we're a watcher, they went, hello! You have skills that I need. We can only change our party up
Yes?
when we're leaving Ked. Oh, we can actually, we can leave here. That's very handy. So, Starwater Village, 8 hours. We'll shuffle around the party members and see what we can do. Ah, this brings us to here. Right next to the Gref's Rest. This is incredibly handy. It's almost like the game intended for you to have quick access to a tavern from Durgan's battery. Probably the case. Right. Let us save over here. We still have that device. We do still have Galvino's resonance amplifier. I don't think we have much need for it anymore, but we've got it.
I'm here.
Hello.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I can read his soul. You know what? I'm curious. Let's read his soul.
I'm here.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
You see a room dark and damp, a cellar. It looks like part of the inn rather than an old fortress. Through Helfric's eyes, you admires, I think that's meant to be admire, you admire rows of gleaming bottles, recently dusted and polished. As you step back from the shelves, you look on with satisfaction at a pressure plate concealed in the stone floor.
You alright? I won't serve you if you're already drunk, you know.
Interesting. That reveals some of the traps that you otherwise wouldn't know about. I'd like a room.
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
Can I change? That's hiring. I want, there we go.
Our paths shall part.
For now. Let's bring you in. There we go.
I'm here.
What equipment do you have? You have the Devil of Caroc's body. The inventor Galvino constructed the Devil of Caroc's ornate body out of forged bronze inlaid with intricate silver panels and featuring elaborate etchings in the Valian style. Held together with myriad small brass pins and hinges, it is a marvel of craftsmanship and serves as an ambulance vessel for her soul. Whether for aesthetic or functional reasons, Galvino fitted the face with onyx eyes. Their smooth finish reflects the devil's surroundings impassively, though occasionally a glint of imperfections within the stone or some deep-seated spark of malevolence shines through.
I'm here.
I'm gonna have a chat with
Right
you.
here. Been wondering about what you told Galvino about seeing souls. All that watcher business true?
She twists her torso to face you. Yes, it's true.
Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka.
Tell me why you want to find Harmka.
So I can kill him. Wrap my fingers around his throat till he's as cold as his wretched village.
Her fingers tighten into fists, the metal squealing and rattling. Yeah, I had a feeling that what you wanted was some form of violence.
He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business.
Dark, iridescent walls appear and fade on her chestplate. Heat ripples from her metal carapace. Seems like there's more to it. This one's personal for you.
This man, Harmka. I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls.
Her fists clench and loosen in a series of rapid, random movements.
I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But
She twists her head from side to side and holds up a hand, a delicately engraved palm empty but grasping at something.
If I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy.
How can you be so sure about this Harmka fellow?
I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there.
She nods slowly.
Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge.
Woodcutters? I've seen a woodcutter's camp in the Russetwood.
Point of pride for them.
A small plume of heat rises from a seam in her skull. What does this have to do with me?
I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister.
One of her thumbs rubs absently at a scratch on her hand.
I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all.
That is true, I could. Finding out might be getting your hopes up. How would you feel about a solid hunch instead? I'll see what I can do.
Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed.
She nods again, her head bobbing along to a drowsy cadence.
Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
Black marbles of her eyes scrape against their sockets as she looks at you. Galvino said you murdered several people before he transferred you.
Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk.
Her eyes roll in their sockets. Did you really do it?
Yeah.
She continues to watch you, waiting. Well, that's a blunt answer. Tell me why you killed those people.
If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it.
I've heard parts of your story from others. I'd rather hear the rest from you. A soft hissing noise comes from the bronze golem. You recognize it as a sigh.
Mayhap you've heard of Coldmore. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a pack of rabid clodhoppers set it afire.
The fingers of one hand twitch and click against one another in a pair of sudden, spastic motions.
That was the start of the purges. Dear Woodens killing their own.
They're upset. A sudden burst of heat flares from her seams as her essence surges and boils.
A farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlus fields and marched west, a horde of armed Hicks followed.
What do you mean?
St. Widwin and his blazing crusade celebrated his coup in Raid Saris by invading the Deerwood.
We've heard about this in a deer's quest. And from everyone else in the and from lots of other people in the area.
Most of his forces headed north to Helgat Citadel, but a lucky few thousand ventured through the mountains. Through Cold Morn. We let him pass.
You were from Cold Morn? When I heard what happened out there after the war, I couldn't believe my ears.
Fine line between couldn't and wouldn't.
I guess you didn't have much choice.
Try telling a few hundred crazed Deer Woodens.
Yeah.
We got news of the Raid Sarans coming through the mountains. Begged the Duke for help, we did.
She sweeps one bronze palm across another, metal screeching.
Didn't send us so much as a bare-ass novitiate. They went to towns with full coffers and lofty connections.
She crosses her arms over her plated chest.
So we let Widewind soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms.
You hear a soft clank as she flicks her wrist. What happened then?
They dealt with the Raid Sarens. Then they came for us.
Yep.
It was after the Godhammer made a fine grit out of Widewind, when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn.
Catch glimmers and glints at her seams as razor-thin wires pull tight within her body.
They came at dark. Hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war.
A dry chuckle ticks in her throat.
Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw them, there was a ring of fire closing around us.
She pauses, and a mechanism in the back of her skull clicks dully. This person here is listening to one heck of a conversation.
I woke. Ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams.
Her thumb spasms to a strange rhythmic beat.
Most ran for the streets. Got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them.
What did you do to survive?
Ran, fought, hid, burned. Same as my neighbors and family. Just luckier.
I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
You're the only person in the Deerwood who thinks so. Me, I'm surprised the Duke didn't make our massacre a festival day.
What does that have to do with your crimes, though?
Hunting down the men and women what took part. Thought that much was clear.
You couldn't have hoped to get them all.
Well, we just gotta do our best with what time the gods give us, don't we?
She barks with jangling laughter. What exactly did you hope to accomplish?
It were a mob that destroyed our village. But it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose.
A sigh rattles out of her bronze skull, but her essence whips and twitches as restless as a cat's tail. So she did all those murders out of a desire to avenge her family. You and Galvino had an unusual relationship.
Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me.
She crosses her arms. How long have you two known each other?
Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me.
He claimed he made you.
He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man.
Her eyes roll wildly.
He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch.
She drums her fingers along one scratched bicep. What exactly did you do for him? She regards you for several seconds. She shrugs.
Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering.
Those other golems, you mean?
But don't you worry. They were all bad folk.
Thank you for telling me. I'm not quite sure what to do with this information.
Just so you know, you got a real professional working for you.
You really resent him, don't you?
No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul.
Metal squeals as she shifts her folded arms. I take it you considered murdering him several times.
Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere.
And he was probably the only person you could actually talk to. In a way, he's someone you both resent, and also the closest thing you had to a friend for a long time. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, I've had enough of him too.
She drops her arms, relaxing her posture. What was life like before the Saints' War for you?
There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good.
She nods thoughtfully.
Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now.
Her face is as blank as ever, but her essence ebbs and writhes. She turns away. It's fascinating that we get this extra look into her, as it were. Into what she's thinking and how she's feeling, because we're a watcher. Things other people would miss. About Durgan's battery.
Just 'cause I'm made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges.
She She flicks the bronze of her forearm, producing a dissonant ring. Do you know anything about it?
No more than what Galvino already told you.
Do you remember any of the other expeditions that came to Galvino?
Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses.
She pauses thoughtfully. Then her head snaps forward in a tiny, quick moment of realization.
Only the last group, one before you. There was something different about them.
3 of her fingers clench and spasm.
Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck.
She runs her hand along the smooth, segmented bronze of her neck.
Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure.
Thanks for letting me know.
Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise.
Understandable. That's all. Thank you. Well, we must now find Hum. But that'll be for next time, folks. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. If you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.